Hi everyone, welcome back to another trading day. I'm Johan Milan, and today, Tuesday, 27 February 2024. My trade setup directions for today will be long on the New Zealand, the Euro and the Pound, and short on the Yen, the Swiss and the CAD. But before we proceed, remember that trading carries risk and never trade with money you cannot afford to lose. And at the end of this video, I'll show you my favorite trade idea for today. So let's get started and turn pips and points into profits. The dollar index testing that level. This is now what I was hoping for to a certain extent, because we can get surety about what's happening. We saw the big test and a little bit of a bounce. I thought it's going to fly up the page, but it didn't. Now it's retesting to come and double check. It's testing the structure here, not the moving averages yet, but most likely that'll happen. I can see on my short-term indicator the dollar is very neutral. It was in the red zone for a small period yesterday or Friday, but it's bouncing back there to the neutral state. So this is typical what happens with a test of a specific level. It turns neutral, where the market then can either do by basically one of two things. It can either come down, consolidate, and then keep going down, all right? Or it can come down, consolidate, and jump up the page. So this is what we need to see something happen here to understand what will be the direction. But as long as we stay above the moving averages, above the structure, I will be bullish on the medium long term. On the short term, I'm slightly bearish, but mostly neutral on the dollar. Gold still faffing with that daily triangle. We saw now yesterday, Friday's bar was this big white one. Got me a little bit, not say worried, but worried on the bearish side of things. But then yesterday it just relaxed, it just rested. So if I look at the candles in general, you can see a long and then it's getting smaller, smaller, smaller until it faded out. So that shows you a retracement, not a new bull trend. This, a little bit the spanner in the works, but fading immediately after that. So we will have to wait. I don't have a clear-cut direction on gold. So that's why I'm sitting on the sideline waiting for some clearance, either a strong sell-off or then a solid break above that level. In the US yen, we got this trade there, the retest, the nice bounce on the 4-hour charts, slightly underwater still on the stop loss, price basically at entry at this stage. And let's see, we've got a new high there, another new high there, but it made a new low. So the stop loss is still here at this low, minus your 10 pips or 15 pips, depends on what you want to do. So dollar neutral, but yen very, very weak. So I'm not that much worried about the trade, although it doesn't look that great anymore. But I got my stop in, I got a very small risk left on the trade. And if it hits my trailing stop loss, it will take me out at a small loss, but I will still have this retest of this level here. Right, I'm still after this retest, and this retest could come in at nice levels on the Fibonacci, but for now I'm not going to focus on that. I'm going to mainly focus on this triangle retest. So this is where it could go. I would prefer that it doesn't go there, but if it goes there, well, so be it. It will hit my trailing stop loss, and I will retry my trade idea. US Swiss, we had the break on Friday. And on Monday, a little bit of a retest, then a bullish engulfing. I marked it here. I didn't really do a lot here. I wasn't that keen on it. Although, in the trade, nothing wrong with the trade other than that. It's just the US Swiss getting dangerously close to each other. The slope direction line is getting quite flat. So I did attempt a small position, actually only this morning, not yesterday. So the halfway mark, there was a nice entry. Stop loss 10 pips or so below this low. So a small loss, target up on those highs. So let's see if it can do something. But I'm not that keen on it. I am already short on the Swiss at other places, and which you will see later. But I did add a little bit just to follow the strategy. I didn't do this yesterday or last night. I think that candle came up last night before the close. But this morning I thought, okay, it's holding, it's part of the strategy, let's do that. But that's turning flat, so I'm worried. And the CAD Swiss, and this is the short Swiss I've got already, being long CAD Swiss. Long there, really painful, and I would love to see now at least, just if I can just get a new high there now. If I get a new high there, at least I can pull the stop loss into that. Oh, it's going to be the same level. Oh, I got excited for nothing. I thought that I will have at least a higher stop loss, but not yet. So let's see. Direction changing. CAD stays slightly stronger than the Swiss. So strictly I'm in the correct direction still for the RS, but the trend is giving me problems. We got this consolidation. I will not trade that. Definitely not. That breakout. That's changing now, so no chance at all. But let's see what happens. There's no reason for me specific to exit at these levels. There's no real reason to hold on tight. I just follow my strategies and sit tight with the trade. And the pound yen. Pound, see, getting stronger than the yen. Yen is the black sheep. Stays down there. So this last directional swing, retracement, 61% Fibonacci. Back to this support level, almost hitting that level also, but I'm focusing on this level. I see a strong break, the retest showing support. So when it comes back to this level yet again, I'll be interested in some long setups, some candle reversals. And the Euro Swiss, we had this long, you got the 1 hours if you not exited that. I explained it in detail yesterday morning again, so I'm not going to talk about it this morning. I'm going to focus on the 4 hours here. I had a strong bounce, but that was the entry there, and trailing the stop loss, as I said yesterday morning, if you made any high, trail the stop loss there. So it did. So we got our stop loss there, 10 pips or so below that low, leaving us with a small risk left on the trade. Right, very small. It's a little bit wider on that line. I just mark it. It's not the exact levels, but okay. Now we're up there. I drew in the Fibonacci from there to there to get the target at 1.618 FIB at roughly 95.75. So that'll be the target. The risk on this trade here was about 35 odd. So I need about 70 to a 1 to 2. This is only 55, so that's a 1 to 1.5, which is in my books good enough for this type of trade. If I can get a new high from here, this would be amazing. If I can get this thing to make a new high on that, I'll use this low, trail my stop loss, and that'll put me in the money from my entry. So, oh, that's a screw arrow. So that would be great. So I just need that one. The euro, all in all, very, very strong. Euro pushed out the New Zealand that had all the sparkle. The euro suddenly last night just beating on the door of the New Zealand and just hit it down the page. So euro very strong, and Swiss the second weakest. So I am in the correct trade. I'm in the correct direction, the correct strength, correct everything. So I'm not going to worry too much about it, but it would be lovely to get my stop into the money. That's always an awesome place to be. And the New Zealand Swiss. New Zealand Swiss still good. New Zealand losing in the middle of the sparkle. It actually dropped from number 1 to number 3. But I see it's pushing back to number 2 there again. So New Zealand still strong, still want to be long there. Last directional swings, coming back down to the 50% level, right at market structure here. Also the 61% here. It did not test there, so I did not take that trade. I'll wait for a decent test there or there, and then I'll respond with a long position on a candle reversal. The New Zealand US was waiting for this yesterday, never got anything there. Tested the 61% level now. This is not a hammer candle. That long upper shadow is too long for me. But now we're starting to see the break. So I would love to see a break and a retest and a candle reversal on the New Zealand US. That'll be something I can use for a long setup. And the Aussie Swiss, got this trade this morning. I saw this as a morning star. You can see here, longish black candles, small, and then closing above the halfway mark there. So I call this a morning star. That was the long setup. So it might be late, but you can still get into this if you want to follow the trade. And the risk on this trade for me was down there. It's about 15 days. It's about 25 pips. So I need about 40. So that's just too small for me because it's got a bit of a spread in it also. So you can draw the last directional swing. You can use this one. And then I can use the 1.27. So right, let's rather use that. If I go back into the history, it's not much I can use. You can see here, none of these levels. So it's a bit difficult spotting anything on the history side. So I'll just use that 1.27 level, and that'll give me a nice almost 50 minus spreads and so forth for about a 25. So it's just less than a 1 to 2 risk reward. So I'll take my target to that level and see how it goes. As if the Aussie, because the Aussie is turning a little bit weaker, if the Aussie by the time it breaks through there really strengthen, I might move my target to the 1.618. All right, so that's definitely a level to watch. Also, and if you've got multiple positions, you can take a T1 and a T2, meaning closing half the trade there, half the trade up there. And the New Zealand CAD, I'm still waiting for the retracement. New Zealand in the green zone, CAD in the red zone, 100% fine. Waiting for the strong level to be retested here. Once it tests, I'll get interested in some longs. There's also some consolidation happening, which is there. So if you don't get a retracement, I can always take the breakout, the retest and a candle reversal, and that'll get me into the trade if I don't get it down here. I like to have two options, the retracement option and a little consolidation or kind of breakout option. But I'm very strict with my breakout rule, so I don't rush into any breakout. But New Zealand strong, CAD weak, so I'm fine with this. Aussie yen, we got this long here now this morning, so I showed this one to you yesterday. It tested the midnight bar there, but I didn't respond on that. But then it tested and now made a nice bullish engulfing earlier this morning, and that was the long setup there. All right, if you didn't get that, still consolidating. You can see here a nice pattern, if you want to call it a pattern, a wedge. But now the break, so the break, the candle reversal, or the retest and then the candle reversal. Aussie yen, all fine, nothing wrong with that. So that was also already along this morning. The stop loss in this one here would be 10 pips below that low, which make it about 45 to 50 pips. We would need roughly a 75 pip target. So from there on, that's 50, it's 1 to 1, it's not good enough for me. So the last directional swings are coming in here. You can either use this here or then back to where you started this one. And the 1.27, 1.618, that will be definitely two levels to look at some targets. If I zoom back into the history, uncharted territory, so there's no chance of using historical data for this. So we have to rely then on plain Fibonacci levels, which will be good enough. If you can get that, that's your 75 to 80, that's more than 110 pips. So that'll be a good trade in any language. I'll use the Fibonacci's if I can't find any historical level. So for now, looking good. Euro CAD, retracement, Euro CAD, absolutely one that I want to be long in, but not at these levels. I'll wait for a retest. Come and retest these levels here, and once it tests, I want to go long on some candle reversals. And the pound US, a bit iffish, but we should follow the euro up the page. Consolidation. I would like to see the break, the retest, the candle reversal with the pound stronger than the US. If they get closer to each other, I'll definitely not be interested any further. But what I see here looks good, looks like a strong consolidation pattern. Nice little triangle showing that it wants to go up the page. And the pound CAD, you see pound green zone, CAD red zone. So if you want to be long pound, short CAD, this is a long position, will help. See this nice interim level here. Last directional swing, retracement back to the 50 levels. If it gets back up, back down there, and a candle reversal, I'll then look for some longs on some candle reversals. And the New Zealand yen, still very keen on this. New Zealand up there, yen down there. I would like to have a long position here. So again, two levels, 50% of this last directional swing, retracement back to this resistance support. If it can get there, I'll look for some candle reversals. Other than that, got a nice consolidation busy happening. So if I see a break, a retest, and a candle reversal, that'll give me another option for some long setups. Remember, New Zealand had all the sparkle. It just came down to the second place. It doesn't mean it's losing steam. All it's saying is that the euro got a little bit stronger than the New Zealand. It is still stronger than all the other currencies. So I'm still keen with this. And my favorite trade idea for today is a potential long on the euro yen. But first, if you are new to this channel and find this video helpful, you can support the channel by giving this video a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button for me so I can keep making content like this. And don't forget to turn on the notification bell to ensure you don't miss out on any of my videos. So the euro yen, very nice pattern setup. We got a clear cut two levels here. Last directional swing here, 61% fib right at the structure here. Also the consolidation, the wedge pattern, the break, the retest. and then I look for a candle reversal. So this is the two levels that I'm after, is to see a retest here. It looks highly unlikely for the morning, but anything can happen later this afternoon. But I want to be long here, but not at those levels. I want to get it in here or here. Other than that, I will not buy into this. But if I can get a retest, a nice candle reversals at either one of these two levels, I'll definitely take some long setups. But trading isn't just about my insights. I want to hear from you. Drop your questions, share your experiences, or tell me which trading opportunities you're eyeing in the comments below. I've been trading since 2003, and if you are eager to take your trading skills to the next level, check out the link in the description to join my mentorship program. And you can also support this channel by opening a trading account with a trusted broker from the link below, which I've been using since 2010. Thank you for joining me today on this trading journey. Don't forget to trade responsibly, and I can't wait to see you in my next video. Until then, trade well.